I'm Terry Harris with She Can Too, and I'm hoping that we can all learn about something new today. A homeowner recently emailed us and asked us if we had any experience plugging up underground heating and air conditioning vents. Well, we've never done it. I asked around a few of my colleagues, and none of them had actually been involved in it. But so I started asking some questions of the homeowner, and it sounded pretty interesting to me. She invited us in to take a look and to watch the process. So obviously, I asked if I could bring you guys along so you guys could see it too. So here we are. The reason that this whole thing started was because the homeowners were getting a musty, old, stinky water smell coming through different register vents. And it could be a number of different things. It could be because there's a plumbing leak and there's water leaking from plumbing. It could be from the HVAC vents that have deteriorated and they're allowing moisture in. It could be because it's outside water from the landscaping around the house that's seeping in and pulling up in. Pretty rare for that to happen. So they're picking the least of the least costly, we'll call it, and as compared to replumbing the whole house. They're going to go ahead and plug the vents up and then install a new heating AC system. I'm kind of thinking that's a pretty good excuse to get a new energy efficient HVAC system, so it's probably not a bad idea. So like any other conventional home, you have register vents that come up through the floor. With this house in particular, all the ductwork that feeds these registers is actually running underneath the house. A house is built two ways. It's either on a raised foundation where you have lots of space underneath the house where you crawl around and you can run your ductwork. If you look under perhaps your house, you'll see that you have great big metal tubes, maybe 10, 12, 14 inches running underneath the underside of your house. Consider that running underneath this house. It's encased in concrete. This is a slab foundation home. That means that instead of being raised, like I just spoke about, it's built on a concrete slab and then framed up from there. This house doesn't have an attic, so you can't put that ductwork up on the attic space, so they had to put it into this slab foundation. Not a bad idea, except over time with the shifting of the soil and deterioration with the different minerals in the ground, that ductwork will deteriorate. It'll get small little hairline cracks in it. Perhaps some of the seams will pop. We think that's what has happened with this homeowner. That's why they're getting that musty smell. So what this fire restoration company is going to do is they're going to come in and actually pull these vent covers up, and then take for simplified terms, they're going to fill that cavity up with foam. They'll fill it up to about a quarter inch or so from the top, let that set up, and then they'll go back over and cap it with concrete. Again, because we have a concrete slab, so it'll be concrete across the top there. It'll all be finished smooth to blend. Then they'll be able to go back over it with new flooring, carpet, wood flooring, laminate, whatever they decide to do. Kind of an interesting thing, pretty uncommon, certainly around here in the Sacramento area, which is one of the reasons that we're here, because we've never encountered this before. And so here's a perfect example. There was cabinetry here that they have had to remove. This is the ductwork that we're talking about. This ductwork, you see, the metal ductwork is encased in the concrete. If the air flows through from back here, comes up, and then does what it needs to do for the room. These are the cavities that the restoration company is going to fill. As you can see up there above, that's what we call a side. Where we have the white ceiling and then a wall and then another little ceiling, and there's already a register vent up there. That means that there's already some ductwork that's running along that area, because what they've done when they built the house originally, they had the roof, which roof, ceiling, and then through that hallway, which is why most times in your house probably you'll notice that the hallway ceiling is a little lower. It's because they've created what's called a soffit or a chase, and that's what that ductwork runs through. That's what they've done here. So we do have some existing ductwork up in that hallway space. But it doesn't go from here over into the kitchen area. So the HVAC company, the heating, air conditioning, vent company, is going to have to bring new ductwork out, and they'll follow it across the top there, across the top of that soffit, and bring it into the kitchen area.
Although sometimes this has...
And also then the same situation, have to bring it through and disperse it into the bedrooms. Again, the challenge is going to be they don't have any space between the roof and the ceiling. There's no attic space in there. There's no opening. So that means they're going to have to find a way to run the ductwork and then cover it up so that it still blends with the house. Again, kind of exciting. Wanted to just give everybody a chance to see something different. So this is what we got. Holes in the floor that have been plugged up. As you can see, they've used a foam spray material that is expanded and adhered itself to the edges, creating a nice tight seal in there. At this point, then, they're going to fill the rest of that gap up with concrete, make it level with the floor so that they can put their flooring back over it. Pretty simple process for a real stinky problem. They're going to end up having to close that in up there, from having a soffit, open soffit, to just creating a wall across the top. Worked out pretty well for them. And as you can see, they're putting in a new HVAC system. Well, here we are. Here's our finished product. The ductwork has been sealed up with insulation and foam and now capped with concrete, ready for new flooring. We'd like to say thank you to the homeowner for inviting us in to watch this process. It's been kind of interesting. We hope you've enjoyed seeing how it's all done.